going to do another little virtual garden tour for you guys. I'm going to talk a little bit about measurement and some other things, like measure some of our flowers to see how they're growing. I'm going to start by watering because I am making this video on May 29th, and we have had about a week and maybe even a week and a half of like heavy rain. So for a while our rain barrel had emptied out, and so I had to use other water to water the garden, but it is full, so we are going to use our rainwater to water the garden, give it a little bit, not too much, because I think it's supposed to rain again. So we're going to water the garden, and we're going to measure some of our plants because they are getting tall. Our Brussels sprouts are looking nice and tall, and again, you can see those little purple things, which I think will be the Brussels sprouts when they are ready to start to pop. And it is going straight up and down. And it looks like, I'm going to measure to kind of the inner here, and it's about 13 inches tall. There are some leaves that are bigger that kind of sprout up, but they're not part of this stem. So I'm going to measure this stem height, which is about 13 inches. And then our other Brussels sprout right here is a little shorter than that. It's about 11 inches. And then we have one more, which may be about 10 inches tall, I'm guessing. Oh no, it's about 11 too. To this top right here. Cool. And where I just put my foot, I planted some more radishes right there. You can see our little basil is sprouting. It just keeps growing everywhere. Every time I come over, there's more basil. Our tomatoes are totally popping. In fact, I needed to put some more gates. These silver gates keep them from falling over because they want to grow tall, but once they get to a certain height, they get very heavy and they start to fall down. So we put some gates so they can kind of climb up the gates and stay nice and tall. And they are, our tomatoes are about as tall as our meter stick, which is 3 feet or 36 inches. And we do have several little tomatoes. We have some here. Everywhere you see a yellow flower, our tomatoes are going to pop. And there are, there's some in the middle there, right here. And then there's a tiny one right here. And they smell very good, tomatoes. Tomatoes, it's like the best smelling plant, I think. It smells very fresh and summery. A little sweet. And then here is our pepper plant, which has the white flower. And the pepper is going to come from the inside of the white flower, just like you see this baby pepper right here is starting to grow. You can see it's like the size of my fingertip, but it will grow to be a regular sized pepper. And this guy is, let's see, we'll do, I'm going to say about 12 inches tall, 11 inches tall. Maybe this leg of the plant is a little taller, about 12. So about 12 inches tall. And then this is another pepper plant. It's a little smaller. It's probably a little closer to 7 inches tall. So they're doing okay, not growing quite as fast as the tomato plants. The next thing I'm going to measure is our summer squash, or fall squash, sorry. And they look a little bit like the cucumbers I was kind of noticing. I'm going to give you a comparison, but they have this like heart-shaped leaf. The cucumber leaf is like a heart shape, but it has some like pointier edges, which I just think is kind of neat. And the squash also kind of grows along the ground. So I'm going to pull but it's a little smaller than the cucumber. So I'm pulling it up. It's a little busy down here. So our squash is about 12 inches long, just about 12 inches long, which I don't really know what that means. I think that's supposed to come in the fall. So the cucumbers usually come in the summer or spring, but the squash I think will take a little bit longer. And as you can see, their leaves are a little bit bigger, or this one is starting to flower, and the flower looks a little bit bigger than our cucumber flower, which is right here. So this cucumber flower is probably like an inch long or an inch wide across diameter, and this one is definitely going to be bigger than that. It's like an inch up and down, so maybe 2 inches in diameter. And the last thing I wanted to measure with you guys is our sunflowers, because they're getting so big. I don't know if you recall or if you watched the other video, but they definitely can grow to be over 6 feet tall, which is taller than me. I am 5 feet 10 inches tall. And right now, most of them, you can see our meter stick stops here, and we have many sunflowers that are taller than our meter stick. So they're taller than 3 feet tall. Let's see, this is probably our tallest guy. So 3 feet right here. And then he probably has another 8 inches. So 3 feet, 8 inches maybe. So 3 feet, 8 inches is pretty tall. And I'm going to do a little selfie so you guys can see how tall they are compared to me, because they are definitely over my waist.